Hi everyone, it's Amy D, and I'm so excited to talk to you today about who you are at the core so that you can live the life and do what you'd like to in a very easeful and effortless way so that you can have the dream life or have whatever it is you're searching for. And what I've noticed is that a lot of us are trying to keep up with the Joneses, so we want to have something external than us, and we do by running on that hamster wheel so that we can be what we're trying to be, rather than coming from the opposite, flipping the model and being that loving, sweet, generous, charitable person, so that we can do from a place of peace and ease, so that we can have our heart's desire. You see, when you flip the model and you go that way, it's a much easier concept. So wherever you're at in your life, I want you to think about something that you'd like to attain, whether it's, a new community or some different kind of community, or it's a relationship, or it's a business venture, or it's an accomplishment. And I want you to think about those things as your external process, okay? And then I want you to think about your internal process. Your internal process would be the being. It's who you are at your core. And when you think of who you are, and you take off all these layers, the very center of us, of our being, is our heart, okay? And our heart is how we connect to our source. And our source is that of love, of purpose and divine love. And when we're not in that space, then we're looking outside of ourselves and we're disconnecting and we're separating ourselves from our source, from love, from God. And what I'd like you to think about is what on that external map, if you will, what is it that you'd like to have or you'd like to see in your life? Or maybe you do have those things, but you'd like something more. And if that's the case, so I want you to think about those things that you'd like to have. And then what do you need to do, the steps you need to do in order to have that? And who would that make you be? And then I want you to think about your internal process in the center, the heart, right? Who am I at my core essence and my being? And who do I need to be to have those things? Because if I'm not having those things, I have to come back to the center. I have to come back to the heart of the issues. And maybe it's I'm not valuing myself enough in order to charge what I'm worth, or to get those clients that I'd like to serve, or to hang out with that community. Maybe I'm being closed-minded in some way, shape, and form, or closed-hearted. And that's why I'm connecting with these people who are also in that place of lack and scarcity and judgment, right? Or maybe the relationship I have is not looking like what I'd like it to look like. Maybe they're not communicative. Maybe they're close-minded. Maybe they're cheap with their emotions. And you want to look and always come back to yourself as a mirror. And this is tricky work, but I want you to come back and ask yourself those questions. Am I asking for my heart's desire? Am I asking to have that conversation and to communicate? Am I valuing myself to create space and time to have those relationships, to seek them out, to attain those accomplishments? Am I being productive? Am I creating a schedule? Am I being consistent so that I can attain those goals, or clear space so I can have those relationships that I really wanted to have? Serve those clients that I want to serve. Am I coming from a whole place, or am I reducing myself to the external and trying to be something that is outside of myself? You see, we have to connect and bridge the gaps between the places within ourselves before we try to then go seek what it is that we want to have. If we do it the opposite way, it becomes very exhausting. But if we come from a place of love and of source, then we're always fueled. You see? And so this is how we get to be the positive reflection we want to see in the world, is we're coming from a place internally out rather than externally in. Because everything outside of us doesn't build who we are inside. But everything inside of us will build and create our environment. So if this helped you, I would highly encourage you to send this to a friend or a family member, like, comment, share, ask questions. I'd love to serve you. I'd love to help you. Let me know how I can. Until next time.